So, my dear Leos, this is the new bottom of the deck, and it's the Five of Cups in the reversed. So it's some kind of disappointment or sadness or sorrow that you are being processing, and it shows that you have left most of the sorrow behind. So you have learned to accept certain losses or disappointments or plans kind of falling through, things not becoming in the way that you wanted. But here we can see that you have been starting to accept that this is the fact. So, for example, if we have a partner that is distancing themselves, we have accepted that this is what's happening and this is what's going on, and we are processing this event in our life and kind of letting go of control. So you can control the things you can control and do something about it, and the things you can't control, you kind of need to leave it up to the divine. It's not your call. So it's a lot about whatever happens is fine, that you need to be able to go with the role of destiny, and whatever happens is fine. So I can feel a certain amount of acceptance here. And with the Five of Cups, if it's you that's the kind of hermit energy in this, it seems like this time of being alone is also helping you process whatever it was that made you feel like you like there was a distance between you and other people, or why you felt cold or disconnected or couldn't open your heart at the point when it might have been needed. So this is the old bottom of the deck, and it's the King of Swords. So this is the cold energy I'm talking about, like a person that can't connect to a romantic situation or to a relationship with their children, with their spouses, with their friends. So there's it's like they have a wall over their heart. It's the Page of Swords energy increased by 100, about 100. So it's a person being very suspicious towards other people. They might even be mean and cutting or do things that's generally seen as immoral or not nice anyway. So a person that's kind of not being considerate to other people's feelings, basically because they can't feel empathy at this point, because they don't have the necessary feelings in this situation. So it might be a person that frankly doesn't love you enough, or you don't love the person enough, and we are withdrawing with discontent because we are not getting the spark that we want. We're not getting the exchange that we want from our friendships, from our loved ones. So we're feeling discontent, and we might act like they don't matter. So here's a person acting like other people don't matter, and it's various of explanations for this, but what I've seen so far is a person that's going through something where they might have been very disappointed in life, and therefore they're kind of disconnecting themselves from hope and from new possibilities or happiness in general. So this is your the situation in the relationship most on your this is your the thoughts about the person that's most on your mind, your thoughts about the person that's you're thinking of the most, basically. And this is the situation with that person, and this is what they are thinking about you, and this is your feelings towards them. This is the energy bond between you, or the love between you. This is their feelings towards you. And this is your behaviors and attitudes in this relationship. This is the outcome for this relationship in a Leo season. And this is the other person's behaviors and attitudes in this relationship. So we'll start with the situation here. And it's a tower in the reverse. So it's like a mini tower, a minor event where things have kind of come crashing down, maybe in a way that you have seen it happening before, or things that have repetitive being destroyed in your life. So it can be, for example, when we're trying to make a career, so we're really putting in the best effort to make our career, but we're always blocked at some point, and things are kind kind of falling to their own destruction. And this is a love reading, so this might be applied to a love relationship or another type of relationship where you have seen the different relationships maybe being destroyed time and again, or it might be the same relationship and conflicts and misunderstandings and things like this is constantly disrupting the relationship. But here with the Tower in the reverse, it seems like this has happened so many times, so maybe you are not particularly affected by it anymore. It feels like you have been able to take this downfall in a very cool fashion, so not letting it really get to you. And I think that's the whole point with being kind of faced with the same problem over and over again. In the beginning, it might be our worst fear, and we are constantly obsessing about it, and therefore also kind of creating the situation. If we always distrust our partner, they will eventually not be able to be trusted, because your fear is creating a situation where it's easier for these things to happen. But eventually this is happening over and over again, and it's almost like you get used to it, so you don't get as upset as you might have been in the beginning. And this is giving for you being more resilient and also less scared, and therefore you are on a healing path. So this is showing healing, that the old karmic cycle is about to heal. You have done this so many times now, it's not the same trigger for you. It's not triggering you into an emotional reaction. So this is kind of great, but it doesn't feel great, I'm sure. So this is what's on your mind, about the person most on your mind. And it's the devil, and it's the devil in the reverse. So it seems like you have kind of dodged a bullet here, that you were in a situation that were maybe going south or going in a direction that was something that you recognize from the past. It's like driving your bicycle down the road, bicycling, and it's a pitfall there, and you fall in it. So next time you're bicycling down the road, you might know that there was a pitfall there. It's a hole in the ground, and you hurt yourself the last time you fell in, so you don't want to fall in again. So you're focusing really much on the hole and to avoid it, and down the hole you go. So you're maybe connected to people that is not kind towards you, or are not behaving in their highest, greatest self, or there might be addictions or jealousy, or I can't live without you, attachment issues. We are attaching too much to a person, too little, or sometimes we attach a lot, or we grab into the relationship a lot, and other times we are totally disconnected. So having this ambivalent type of attachment style. But when it comes here in the reverse, it seems like you have make some kind of epiphany here, where you have realized that, oh, I'm constantly bicycling down a hole. And I don't want to really bicycling down a hole. So I'm very aware. And when I see the signs of the devil showing itself in my relationship, I take a step back. So it might be that you have seen some tendencies with your partner to go back to an old cycle. Or you have seen that the relationship that's being presented in your life have a certain pattern to them, which you are not keen on reliving. So you're saying no thank you to this situation, and rejection in this situation, that you are rejecting this situation, is kind of saying no to it. And that is using the law of repulsion to tell the universe what you want into your life and what you don't want. And clearly here, what's on your mind is that the person in your life is somehow representative for an old pattern that has been reappearing in your life over and over again, and you don't wish to engage in that situation. I might warn you though, this is 15, 1 plus 5 is 6, so it's connected to the Lover's card. So you might have cravings for this certain person, or you want to call them up and fix the situation. Even if it was your friend that made the mess, you still want to fix it because you have this craving to do so. You just want harmony. You just want this person to like you again. You just want to fix it. And that is maybe one of your problems, that you can't accept that the situation isn't harmonious and the person is not fulfilling your needs, for example. This is having desires but not getting the needs fulfilled. So it's almost like being teased with like someone promising to fulfill your needs but not doing that. So but it's in the reverse, so it's very good. It shows you being kind of very focused on not falling for your old addiction or falling in the old pitfall. Okay, so this is what's on their mind about you. And it's a 10 of Cups in the reverse. So it's a little bit milder energy. This person kind of sees or saw potential with your relationship, like it could have been the best of things. But for some reason here, with the 10 of Cups in the reverse, it seems like this person has lost hope. And with recent events, there can be reasons for this. Something like a minor catalyst has happened that might appear as very negative for people in their life, that there might have been a conflict or something happening that triggered like I'm seeing snow coming down a hill, like in a very rapid speed. In Swedish it's lavin. I don't know really the name in English, but avalanche, yes, of course, it's an avalanche. So it's an avalanche of emotions and other things that came down into this relationship. Snow basically is the King of Swords. So it might have been someone's overprotectiveness of their own heart that made the avalanche happen, but in the long run it will be a good thing, because people are here seem to disconnect from their old patterns, so that's a good thing. The 10 is showing a fully grown situation, so it might be that this person has a fairy tale idea of relationship, and that this relationship, due to the conflict or whatever is going on, is not fitting to their image of the happily ever after or perfect relationship. So the person might be living a little bit in illusion and thinking, if we have a quarrel, or if there's mistakes being made or misunderstandings, or if I'm feeling like I'm not totally into this person one day and the next day I feel I'm into them, it's not exactly what I want. They want a dream scenario. So it's a person that haven't maybe been able to accept that life isn't always perfect, and that you need to work on a relationship to create perfection. So it's a discontent. This person, when they are thinking about you, they think they dreamt of this beautiful relationship to happen, and it was perfect in their mind, but maybe in real life it wasn't really giving them the feeling of perfection. Okay, so maybe it's a person having a little bit illusions of relationships being easy and, you know, always feeding me and giving me what I need. But since you have the Devil here, feeling like the person didn't fulfill you with what you needed, maybe that was what triggered the situation. That maybe that person felt like they got what they needed and you felt like you didn't get what you needed, that they were using you. Or we can see with the Devil, it's a negative symbol, abuse. Maybe you felt like the person was playing you. They weren't, they were serious. I can say as much, but they might have been a little bit juvenile, or maybe they look too much to their own interest and forgot to fulfill your needs. It's a general reading, so it can be a various of different things happening here. But it feels like maybe this side was not really fully understanding the situation, and maybe the lopsided dynamics here. Okay. So this is the energy between you, and we have a King of Wands in the reverse, so that's Leo in the reverse. So the main red thread here is that Leo are discontent with this relationship and saw dangers of old patterns reappearing, and it seems like you have in some way blocked the movement forward for this relationship because of issues that were there that maybe the other person didn't want to solve, or they weren't enough giving you enough fulfilling your needs enough, or giving you enough attention, or giving you enough of the loving vibe. Maybe they took you for granted, basically. And here it's kind of a pissed energy, I would say. So it's a person saying hell no, and that's the bond between you. So it seems like Leo has said no thank you to this situation here. So this is your feelings towards this other person. It might be another person. It might also be your whole family on this side, or your best friend, or the people at your work. You need to look into your own intuition. What is it saying to you? And this is your feelings towards the other person. 9 of Swords. You're not going to let this relationship torment you. It's much like the 5 of Cups, but here it's not about disappointments, emotional disappointment. Here it's more about your thought patterns, that maybe before your thoughts would have spinned around and around. Why didn't this person do like this? Why didn't they do like that? How come they didn't love me enough, or didn't give me this, or why couldn't we talk about this? So before you would have maybe obsessed about this situation, and your mind wouldn't have given you any peace. But this is the 9. So if you have done the work with building the foundation from the 9 of coins, or the Hermit energy in total, you have learned to build an own foundation in yourself. So with or without another person, you're still fine. So I'm hearing a song here, and it's a song that comes through a lot, so I guess Spirit likes it, or and it's without you. So I had to go out without you. I had to kind of learn about love without you. So I think you needed to learn self-love before you can, or you need to learn self-love before you can fully engage in another relationship. And this is what you're teaching yourself now, mainly through the law of repulsion, mainly through saying no to situations you don't want, and disconnecting you from situations that kind of pulling you back into old patterns that you don't want to repeat. And here you are taking charge over the negative thinking, or you're trying. They are have imperious, or will imperious overwhelm you with negative thinking. And but with the 9 of Swords in the reverse, it's seems like you can have control over this. Stay with your feelings, stay in your body, and as soon as you catch yourself with thinking about this negative things and what happened and how bad the other person's behaved or whatever, you're going back to feeling your body again. You can also write down the thoughts, because they might have a clear message that you will see either now or later on when you piece together the puzzle. So it's not just junk coming true, but it doesn't have to come true repetitively again and again and again and again and again, and tormenting you and making you maybe unable to sleep or relax or eat or whatever is going on. So with the 9 of Swords in reverse, it says you can take control over this. You don't have to torment yourself like this. You have worked enough with yourself on the spiritual level to be able to not obsess over things going wrong. Kind of have the mindset, I don't mind what happens. If this is how this person wants to behave, it's how this person wants to behave. If this is how the relationship went, this is how the relationship went. If this is my life right now, this is my life right now. So acceptance is the key to kind of finding inner peace and not being anxious, and also feeling your body. So as soon as you catch yourself with thinking obsessively, go back into feeling your body. When you stay with your body, you heal it. When you think like this, you harm it. Okay, this is the things that can give a person physical issues, like psychological issues, manifesting as physical issues because we have stressed ourselves out. Our whole bodily system is on high alert, a lot of adrenaline, a lot of chemicals, which we can also be addicted to. So it might be your old pattern that you have been addicted to abusive relationships, and but now you have seen it and you have caught it in time and kind of said no to it very strongly there. So this is a good thing, you're learning, but you're not getting this instant gratification with the rewarding 10 of Cups relationship because you still have work to do. So this is on their emotional level, or what they feel about you. And it's the Empress in the reverse. So they felt like you could have been the one, or you were the one, but something has kind of put a discontent with them. So they don't feel like this right now. They feel like missed opportunities, or like their dreams didn't fulfill. Magic stream. So I'll read this card for you in addition to the Empress card and the 10 of Cups, which kind of tells the same story, that this person seemed to have been kind of prepared to marry you, and then it seems like you said no to them with the Leo there in the center, but it might be in the reverse as well, or it might have been a mutual thing, or but the basics is that you don't want more of the old drama, and that made this relationship maybe end, or be in a very wobbly place at this point. And this person, their idea of this fulfilled relationship has kind of fell out of alignment. They felt very hopeful and then they didn't. So everything is connected through the universal flow of consciousness. Every experience you have seems to have its own life story, with a beginning, a middle, and eventually an end. However, there is danger in seeing events as separate from one another, since in fact they are all a part of continuity and a greater evolution. Like an ever-flowing magic stream, your experience filtered through the whole world, one leading into another, informing and influencing still more. Inspiration, invention, and revelation rarely come to just one person. The collective awareness is a shared storehouse of a potential. When you remember you're part of the fluid continuity of life, you become a channel for great inspiration. Allow the magic to flow through you and carry your dreams into reality. Your success will benefit many. So it seems like there's still potential in this situation from this person's point of view, but they are maybe asking for some kind of miracle. We see the rainbow there and this magic stream, water, where is it coming from? And the stork, it's new beginnings. So it seems like this person still have hope, but maybe I'm not saying that this is true, but for some of you Leos, you might have kind of painted the devil on the wall, and this person just had to accept that you thought that they were the devil, and that's that. They couldn't do anything about it. So that's a plausible angle on this reading as well. And one thing doesn't rule out the other. It might have been that you saw the red flags and you didn't want to engage, and here is the person standing there with their love unfulfilled, and their new beginning and their hope unfulfilled, but one is connected to the other. So your fear of a person behaving in a certain way might either be like an illusion that you saw that this was happening, but it wasn't really happening, or it might be that you were energetically affecting each other in a way that was negative for your dream. I don't see you dreaming about this relationship though, but if you were in it, I guess you had similar goals with it, that you also wanted love and eternity in one way or another. There's some people engaging in relationship very short term, but usually it's due to some kind of trauma. So it might be that for some of you, particularly cross watchers, because the Leos that usually watches this are a little bit more spiritually evolved. But if you are a cross watcher, it might be that the Leo that you're with is very scared of commitment or being tied down, and therefore might have very casual relationships, that they don't have to dig into the pain that they are feeling. They can just put like a lid on it. It's still there, it's still affecting them and all this, but it's not, they're not feeling the consequences of it, and that makes it impossible to have a relationship with them because of their disconnection. But that's just kind of for cross watchers. If you are a Leo, you have probably done your spiritual work. Watching also this tarot reading shows that you have engaged in your spiritual development and you believe in personal growth. And in that case, it's more that you are realizing, or you're seeing the red flags with this situation and didn't want to engage. So this is your behaviors and attitudes, and we see a 7 of Wands. So you're protecting yourself from future disappointment. It's of course limiting your world a little bit when you're saying no thank you to things being offered to you. But if they were offered to you in this kind of lame way with these cards in the reversed, so it might be that a person has kind of taken you for granted, or they felt that you gave them this the whole you, and they might not have taken it really seriously, or maybe they felt calm and cool in the situation and you didn't. There was some kind of imbalance here, but this is the law of repulsion. You're saying no to the things you don't want, sending a clear signal to the universe: no thank you, I don't want more of these lopsided situations. And this is the other person's behaviors and attitudes, and they are still sitting there waiting to be married to you, it seems. So, with all these loving cards in the reverse, it seems like the person is haven't forgotten about you at this point, but not doing very much to fix the situations either, which might be what you need. Because since you are seeing red flags, you are seeing things being fishy with this person. And maybe this person wasn't fishy at all, but they are not trying to convince you otherwise. They're not making an effort or fighting for you changing your mind, or kind of convincing you to trust them. And of course, that's maybe not their job. But if they in some way made you feel like you were in an abusive relationship, or in a situation which was lopsided or unfair, or not fulfilling your needs, that must have been true to some extent. And if this person just dreams about you being together but not doing anything about it, just continue the same pattern of maybe not really engaging in their own happiness. So maybe being a little bit self-destructive. They could show you how much they cared and change the whole situation. But instead they leave you with this idea that you need to kind of hold this person on arm's length distance, because in other case they will hurt you in the same way you got hurt before. But remember that our fears is it's almost, we are creating them in our life. So you might want to check into that and try to be more and more calm in every situation. Don't let your mind spin out of control and paint the devil on the wall when it's not there. Take your emotions seriously and work them through, but don't expect always the worst thing to happen, because then it might just be like this, like the worst thing is happening. So, and this is the outcome, and it's the 9 of coins that we also saw a lot in the beginning, kind of being the significator for this reading. So it seems like maybe Leos are most content when they are on their own at this point, because they feel like I have control over my behavior, over what I am bringing into my life, but I can't control what this other person is bringing into my life. So it might be that you're narrowing down your comfort zone a little bit, and you don't extend yourself to social situations or to people or to this person in general. You're just proving to yourself that you can take care of yourself without them, and they don't seem to do anything to I will see if they... first, I will see what you are up to here, Leos. Sacred pool, magic stream and sacred pool. So you're swimming, I feel, almost in your original trauma when I'm interpreting this card myself. And it's a good thing. You're healing, okay? So you're reliving old traumas again and again to heal them, to make things right.